Okay, so welcome back. Now what we're going to be talking about is conversions and testing. And I know we've touched on this in the past, but this is really important, okay? You always want to be testing and you always want to try to increase your conversions. Without doing any more work, really, okay, you can increase your sales even by 1% can make a difference, okay? So I gave some numbers here just to kind of give you a visual of it. But let's say that you have 100 visitors that come to your listing and you convert, 10 or you receive 10 sales per day. That's 10% conversion rate. Pretty basic math, right? Well, let's say that you increase your conversion rate to 15%. Well, now you've got 15 sales from just tweaking something, okay? And then the same thing with, go one step further, let's say that you have 20 sales for every 100 visitors. Now you're at a 20% conversion rate. So what if you were to be able to just change one small thing in your listing and increase it by 5%? And you can add 5 sales to your day, okay, by making one tweak, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people don't think of this. They're always thinking about, how do I get more sales? How do I get more sales? Sometimes if you can just tweak your conversion to where you can increase that, you're going to get those extra sales without having to do any promotion or any of that stuff, right? I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that stuff. I'm just saying this stuff is really important, and you should be testing and trying to increase your conversion rate all the time, okay? You shouldn't be really satisfied. Even if you get it to 20% conversion rate, try to get it to 22, right? Get an extra 2 sales for every 100 visitors, okay? So I put a little asterisk there. One small tweak can increase your bottom line, and that is the truth, okay? Just by doing one small tweak, all right? So let's kind of look at the numbers here so you can kind of understand where you can get these numbers. Okay, so if you're in your Amazon or your Amazon Sellers Central account, just go to reports, and I'll just kind of bring my mouse in here. Just go to reports and then go down to business reports. And then once you do that, you're going to see on the left-hand side, you're going to see where it says all of the business reports. There'll be other stuff over here, but right now I just kind of wanted to isolate this for you. You'll see a spot where it says detailed page sales and traffic. Click on that. And then once you click on that, all of this information comes up. Okay, now this is only going to come up if you already had some impressions and some page views and all that stuff. But this gives you all of the data. Okay, so if you kind of look through all of this, it gives us every single day. It gives us how many units were ordered. It gives us the ordered items. Okay, so you have units and then you have ordered items. And then you have page views. Okay, and then here you can see how many sessions. Now the page views is kind of like not unique, and then sessions are unique. That's how I interpreted it, okay? Because you might have someone that came back 3 times. That's what's going to make up this, this 520 versus 362. The 362 is unique, okay? Now you can see here buy box percentage. We owned it 100% of the time because it's our product, okay? This is why retail arbitrage is harder, because you don't own it. You're sharing it. And then here you can see the unit session percentage. Okay, and you can see they vary, and every day it's going to vary, but that's why it takes all of them and it creates an average. Okay, so we averaged 14.41%. I've had them as high as 16-17% over a 30-day period. I've not gotten it to the 20% yet, still working on that. But you can see here I had a day that it was 17.62%. Okay, had another one here that was 14.92, 14.84. Some of them were 12s. 12.33, but I did have a pretty good one here, okay? So, always room for improvement, but at 14.41%, every 100 people that visit the page, generally, you're going to get 14 sales. That's pretty much how you got to look at it. Now, if I can increase this to 17%, I can have 17 sales per 100, okay? Again, these are the numbers that you want to be focusing on. Now, you don't want to change something and then look at it the next day and then you really got to give it a little bit of time, okay? But this here is gold, guys. This is gold. We get to see our impressions or our page views, our sessions. We get to see, how the conversions are going, okay? Really good stuff. So in closing here, this is what I call the conversion boosters, okay? This is what generally, these 4 things are what to me are the main drivers for your conversions, okay, that you could increase your conversions by just tweaking these, okay? The 3 together are images, title, and bullets, okay? But I put a little tip there. only test one element at a time. You don't want to test an image, a title, and a bullet all at the same time. Because if your conversion rate goes up, you won't know if it was the image, if it was the title, or if it was the bullet, right? So I would do the image first. Okay, image is probably one of the main conversion boosters for getting the click into your listing. Okay, so images. So I would try a new image, test it for 7 days, look at your conversions for the whole week, do the average, and see if it increased. Next week, do the title. Same thing, 7 days, look at the data. Next one, maybe change the bullet, okay? And then maybe the top bullet, maybe the very first bullet, okay? Not all the bullets, maybe just the top one. Or maybe if you don't have a call to action in there, put a call to action in there, see if that increased it. I really believe the bullet is not going to give you as much of a jump as image and title, okay? Now, the fourth one is increased reviews. Now, we all know that if you increase your reviews to a certain extent, I believe once you get over the 300 reviews, you're pretty much going to balance out a little bit. Yeah, it might give you a little bump, but really, once you get over 100 reviews, you're going to be able to pretty much be recognized as a seller that has some history, okay? But that doesn't mean that if you have someone that you're competing against has 800 reviews and you only got 100, well, if you can cut that in half and get 500 reviews or 450 reviews, whatever, it's going to definitely increase your conversion rate. So these are the things that I would focus on. These are what I call the conversion boosters, these right here. But again, and I want to stress this, only test one thing at a time. Now, you're not testing the increased reviews. That you always want to be focusing on that, always, okay? The more the better, okay? But always quality, and you don't want to ever pay for reviews. You want honest reviews. Do this, using the techniques and strategies that we've talked about in this class. But those you always want to be increasing, always, okay? But the images, titles, and bullets, always be testing those, but separately and one at a time and giving it time. Like 7 days is a good rule of thumb. Give it a week, okay? Because sometimes Monday is going to be better than maybe a Wednesday. So if you tested something on a Monday and then tested something different on a Wednesday, you'd be like, oh, Wednesday, my conversions went down. Well, yeah, because every Wednesday the conversions went down. So really got to give it a full 7 days, okay? So that is going to wrap up this lesson. I hope that you see how powerful conversions can be. And really, instead of going looking for the next source of traffic, just looking at your listing to get it converted once you get some traffic to it can make huge differences, okay, in your bottom line. All right, so that's it. It's going to wrap up this lesson. I'll see you in the next.